DCP Player free. Get it now from digital.net.au.
Got this mic working? All right, thanks very much. I'll sit here to do the next introduction so our speakers could share the podium. Next up we have Barry Farrell. Barry has been with QSC for 24 years now, and he has deep-seated roots in this business, having been an usher and projectionist starting in 1980, eventually working for National Amusements and Valentine Strong before joining QSC. In 1990, Barry, starting at the beginning, worked as product manager for virtually every cinema product developed by the company. In 2009, he assumed the leadership role of the cinema group, and he was promoted to the vice president of cinema in October of 2012. And then last fall, Barry was again promoted to Senior Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer for QSC. His new leadership role includes responsibilities for helping set overall strategic direction of the company, including the development and execution of product strategies across all of the markets served by QSC. Please welcome Barry Farrell.
Thanks, Peter, and thank you all for coming out on this early morning on the last day of the trade show. I was a little afraid this morning when I woke up that I would have my usual laryngitis or loss of voice for the last day of the show. It's been a very busy convention, and very happy to be here talking to you folks. I'd like to talk about some of the B-chain elements of immersive sound. Key issues are the increased SPL requirements for surround speakers, and each surround speaker requires its own amp channel. Another challenge is that the surround speakers are now mounted overhead, and we now have low frequency enhancement for the surround speaker to make them more full range. Some formats even have an extra row of left, center, and right speakers mounted above the screen for more height to the system. What this means is that the signal routing becomes very complex, but it must be flexible enough to accommodate the multiple formats. If we are to come to a common distribution format for immersive sound, we do have to think about how we're going to play those back in a single auditorium. The B-chain, of course, is comprised of the processor, which does the loudspeaker processing, crossovers, time alignment, and routing. And it can also do the rendering. The loudspeakers are split between screen channels, screen overheads, subwoofers, and surrounds. And as I said before, those are mounted on the sides and rear wall as normal for 5.1 and 7.1, but we now have those top or ceiling surround channels to deal with. And again, amplifiers connected to each and every loudspeaker. So if we really want to take a look at what this would mean, if we wanted to play back, Atmos, MDA, RO, and 5.1 and 7.1, it really gets pretty busy in that auditorium. In this format, we've tried to indicate all of the speakers, the superset of speakers that you would need to have in order to accommodate all of the proposals. When we look at this is a medium-sized installation that we've actually done for research purposes. It has 49 individual loudspeaker channels that can accommodate MDA, Atmos, and RO3D layouts. And MDA is speaker layout agnostic, so it can actually use any of the loudspeakers that are installed in the room. The system configuration is shown here, and you can see that there are a large number of amplifiers required, taking a lot of space. So one of the big things that QSC and others are focusing on is delivering more cost-effective multi-channel amplifiers, also amplifiers with network connections to make the wiring and installation of these systems easier. So when we look at developing products for immersive sound, we have a big focus on being able to accept multiple format inputs from multiple source devices. It's critical that you be able to tie in all of the different formats and play them back in the single auditorium. We also have been working to render the MDA object-based audio files, and then we have to play them out based on the physical loudspeaker layout. One of the key differences between an object-based and a channel-based system is that an object-based system must know the position of each loudspeaker in the room, so that it can properly route that rendered audio throughout the space. And that's my comments on the B-chain implications. Thank you very much.